Hey guys, Skip Bedell. We're here at the Bedell house and we have our full remodel project going on today. But right now we're up on the roof and we're going to be redoing this entire roof system right down to the sheathing. We're really fortunate to have some awesome products sent over from Owens Corning. They've given us everything we need to get this job done right. Let's talk about the shingles we're going to be installing today. This is Owens Corning Duration Shingle. It's in the designer line of colors. This is an awesome asphalt architectural shingle called Storm Cloud. It's going to look amazing up on our roof. I'll get into some of the technical features about this shingle a little bit later, but right now let's talk about the rest of this roof system. They've sent us over some great stuff. Now what the guys are working on right now installing up on the roof is Owens Corning Weather Lock. This is their ice and water membrane. It sticks down to the roof and it keeps water from getting back underneath the shingles and damaging the sheathing. This is great stuff. On top of that, we have their Pro Armor synthetic underlayment. No more tar paper underneath the shingles. This is your second line of defense against water. This goes underneath the shingles and it's synthetic wrap. It's top of the line. It's super high tech. We're going to be talking about that today too. Up on the very top part of the roof along the ridge, this is Owens Corning Vent Shore. This is their ridge vent material. This is what's going to allow our roof to breathe. So we open up the top part of the roof and we put this ridge vent system along the top of it and allows all the air to come down, or come up rather, through the soffits and up through the top of the roof and exhaust through the top of the roof. This is some really great stuff. Before we get into any more details about these great Owens Corning products, let's go see what the guys got going on up on the roof. We got the whole thing ripped off. They're starting to get our ice and water put along the leading edge of the roof. As you can see, we got the synthetic underlayment going on. We got the ice and water going around the skylights. And we're moving from this side of the roof all the way over to the other. This is the rip pile. So we're sending everything over this back side of the house close to the dumpster. We got the tarp laid out in the lawn. Everything comes right down onto the tarp, rolled up and right into the dumpster. This is a way to keep the job site clean and protect all of your plantings and protect your lawn. All right, guys, we're up on the roof. As you can see, we got the whole Owens Corning system going on here. But they got some top-of-the-line products. This is their Weather Lock ice and water membrane. And as you can see, we're lining the sheathing around the skylights with this. It also goes on the leading edge of the roof and in all the valleys. Now what this does, it's a granular rubberized membrane that has a peel-off back. Basically that sticks with an adhesive right down to the sheathing. So if we get any water blowing up underneath the shingles, it's going to hit that and prevent it from getting to the sheathing. That in addition to their Pro Armor synthetic underlayment. Now this is in place of the traditional tar paper that you would always see underneath shingles. This stuff is far superior to tar paper. It works really well as a second line of defense from moisture getting to your roof, but also Owens Corning has patented a great finish to this underlayment. The underside of it is rubberized, so when you staple this down to the roof, it actually creates a grip. And when you're working on it, it's going to keep the guy from sliding off the roof. It gives you a lot of traction, in addition to giving that protection against water. So after that, after all the under materials go on, then you can see we've been applying this awesome shingle. Now this is the shingle we were talking about before. This is the asphalt architectural shingle. It's the designer color series. It's from Owens Corning called Storm Cloud. This is a beautiful looking shingle. As you can see from the ground, it's going to have a lot of different colors in it. It gives it a lot of contrast, has a really nice appearance from the ground. In addition to having this great nailing strip. And once we go back downstairs, I'm going to show you some of the technical advantages of this shingle versus others. But Owens Corning has really stepped up the game. They have the top of the line product on the market, and that's exactly why we're putting it on our house today. Let's go check out the rest of the room. Now
Now getting to the underlayment, this is the material that goes underneath the roof shingles. Now you've all seen tar paper, 15-pound, 30-pound felt. This is what you commonly see under most roof jobs. Looking at Owens Corning underlayment, this is a synthetic fabric material. This stuff is super strong, super hard to rip, super hard to pull out for staples and nails, and what they have is a patented grip material on the back. It actually has like a rubberized surface on the back. Now you can see the tar paper is brittle. It's very easy to rip, which means when you staple or nail it to the sheathing, it's easy for those staples and nails to pull out. In addition to that, it's easy to slide off. So while the guys are installing the roofing up there, this is something that's going to add a layer of risk to the job, because if the staples pull out of this thing, they can ride that piece of felt paper right down the roof. The synthetic Pro Armor actually creates a sticky surface on the back with a rubberized surface. It wants to stick to the sheathing and it does not want to slide down, giving much greater traction on the roof for the workers, and it also gives you a much better layer of second defense against moisture to your house between the shingle and the sheathing. It's the future of synthetic underlayment, and that's what we're going with on our project today. I'm here talking about the top of the line roofing products available in the marketplace, and that's Owens Corning. That's what I've decided to use on our project here at the Bedell house. And right now we're going to be talking about some ridge vent material. Now, what is a ridge vent? At the top of the roof, where you have the peak and the ridge of the roof, what we do to create great ventilation through your house is open up that top part of the sheathing, and we put a mesh fiber over the top of that. That allows the air to come up through the top of the house and breathe from the soffit point at the bottom all the way through the top of the roof and escape the roof, cooling the house and creating ventilation through your roofing system. It's important to have a good mesh up there, which keeps insects and also moisture from getting down into the house. Now, this is your basic material that you'll see for ridge vent, and also actually what we had on our house here that we just removed. This is an actual section of what was on our house. Now, I'm going to show you why Owens Corning's product is so far superior to this. This is their VentSure Rigid Roll Ridge Vent material. Now, what this is a corrugated plastic material that allows air to breathe in through the product. It also has a mesh woven material on the inside, similar to what you see here, but this is a much widespread, a much more open mesh here, which will keep the insects out. It'll keep the things out that you want to keep out from the house. But what the difference is between the Owens Corning is that their fiber underneath here will actually hold the moisture. So in a high wind situation, when water can get back up underneath these shingles and into the ridge vent, the moisture will get caught in this fabric and it will not enter the house. It'll actually stay in there until it evaporates. So I'm going to do a little moisture test for you guys and show you the difference between your standard ridge vent material and the Owens Corning VentSure Rigid Roll. Watch this. Let's check out the two in a water test right now and see which one holds water. Here's the standard material, and you can see when you pour water on this if it holds the water or not, and it does not. So that's not so good, because what that's telling us, it will allow air to escape the roof, but under a high moisture situation, that water will penetrate back into the house, and that's a problem. Let's now test out Owens Corning VentSure product. This is their ridge vent material. It's a corrugated plastic that allows air to escape the house and ventilate, but it has this fiber mesh underneath material that keeps the moisture out. No water going through that. That's a big difference, and that's why their ridge vent material is far superior from everything else in the marketplace. It's going to hold the moisture there, basically keep it out of the house. It'll lay inside that fabric until it evaporates. That allows the air to breathe and exhaust out of the house, but it does not allow moisture to get into the house. Hey guys, we're here doing our roofing project at the Bedell house, and we're talking about the shingles that we're installing today. Now, in looking into the shingles that we wanted to put on the house, we wanted to find the best quality shingle on the market. And after doing lots of research, there's only one that stands apart from all the competitors, and that's the Owens Corning Duration line. It's by far a superior shingle, and there's a few different reasons why, but this is the one that I've chosen to put on my own house, far and above every other one. Now, what really sets them apart is their patented SureNail nailing strip that's embedded right in the face of the shingle. Now, this is put into the shingle during the manufacturing process under high heat and high pressure, and it basically sets this super strong fabric mesh strip right into the shingle. Now, that does a couple of different things. Well, first of all, from an installer standpoint, it tells us exactly where to put the nails. And that's really important, as it might not sound, but it is. Because if you look at your typical shingle that doesn't have that nailing strip, it's kind of a wide zone you could put the nail through. But if you look at the side of the shingle, there's only one very small spot that we call a sweet spot where you want that nail to hit. And that's a double layer where they actually overlap. If you miss that, then you're into the single layer, greatly reducing the strength of that nail shingle bond. In addition to that, in a cold weather installation without that nailing strip, it's very easy to blow through the shingle with a pneumatic nail gun because the shingles get brittle and they get cold. With the SureNailing strip, that does not happen. So it prevents blow through, and it also gives us a super strong bonding point. Now, what I say by bonding point, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. Where shingles overlap and create the shedding effect for water to go from one shingle down to the next and right down off the roof, it's important that they stay together. In high winds, you don't want them to blow up and separate, and water can get up underneath the shingle. So this area where one shingle meets the other is called the common bonding point. Now, the common bonding point on any shingle, whether it's Owens Corning or any other, will have a sealant underneath it. Owens Corning sealant is called their True Seal. Unlike any other sealant on the marketplace, this is their proprietary blend. It's super strong. It's actually laid on thicker than everybody else's. But in addition to that, it's right over this SureNail fabric nailing strip. So what that means is that the first time this shingle heats up and it melts this sealant into the fabric, it's going to create a triple layer of protection, meaning that you now have a sealant on the bottom of that fabric, a sealant on the top, and they bite into that fabric, and it creates a very strong common bonding place, unlike any other shingle out there. You can see the other competitors. This is their bonding point. They still have the sealant like they all do, but they're bonding to the granulars underneath. Now, the granulars can come off over time, and as they loosen up, that seal can loosen up. And you've always looked up on roofs and you see the shingles look like they're separating, they're blowing up, and they're getting all crinkly. That does not happen with an Owens Corning shingle because of that SureNailing strip in that fabric. It creates a super strong common bonding place, and really sets them far apart from every other shingle, and probably the main reason why we're going with them on our project today. All right, so we're going to do a couple different tests here to show you just how strong this patented SureNail nailing strip that Owens Corning has been embedded into their shingle truly is. I'm going to call on my buddy Vinny over here. Now, you're a big, strong guy. Grab onto the other side of this nailing strip, wrap it around your hand, and let's do a little tug of war on this thing. You're going to pull my hand off. All right. The test shows that you are not breaking this nailing strip. This stuff is super strong, super tight woven fabric. This is exactly the material they use to put into their shingles, each and every one, that sets them apart from everyone else. All right, we're going to do one more demonstration with the Owens Corning nailing strip. And again, they're the only one that has this in the marketplace. And I'm going to show you why it's so important. Now, I saw an Owens Corning representative do this test in front of me on a job site, and this is really what put me over the top. We're going to take a sample of the Duration shingle with a SureNail strip on it, and also a sample of the leading competitor shingle, and put them side by side. I'm going to put 2 nails through each shingle, just like we were nailing it to the roof. And we're going to do a pull-out test. Now, what we're trying to simulate with this test is a high wind situation that's going to want to lift the shingle straight up off the roof. So same 2 pieces of shingle, same 2 nails. Only difference is Owens Corning's got the nail strip in here, and let's see what the difference is. Super strong. Vinny, come on over here and let's simulate the high wind situation. Now, what I want you to do is pull straight up on this, just like in a high wind that wants to flip your shingles up, and let's see what happens with the leading competitor. Go ahead. Whoa. All right. Let's try the Duration shingle, and we're going to pull it up with the nail strip. Same thing, straight up off the roof. Damn. You're very strong. Big difference, right?
Major difference.
Okay, that right there, what you just watched, that's the proof in the pudding. 2 nails through the super strong Owens Corning SureNail strip, and 2 nails through the leading competitor shingle. That's why Owens Corning gives you a pull-out wind warranty up to 130 miles an hour. They warranty these shingles to stay on the roof, and that's really the main reason why we decided to put them on our house today. They're super strong, super sealant, and you really just can't buy a better shingle. I just showed you the strength test of Owens Corning's Duration shingles with their super strong SureNail nailing strip. But one of the things I didn't talk about yet is the awesome color combinations they make available in their Duration Designer series. That's what we decided to go with. Now, let's look at one of the competitors' shingles that's a similar line. It's an asphalt architectural shingle, and you can see it kind of has two colors mixed into it. It looks almost kind of monotone from the ground, kind of gray and salt and pepper type of look to it. When you look at a shingle from Owens Corning Duration Designer line, it has multiple colors in it. Now I got to tell you, from the ground, this gives a really big contrast, and it really makes a definition in color from shingle to shingle. Really sets this shingle far apart, and it looks beautiful from the ground. I'll show you in their color book some of the options that they make available. In the Duration series, on the designer colors, you can see there's a big variation of colors here, and they really offer a beautiful contrast between the colors depending upon what you choose for your house. Now, we chose to go with the Storm Cloud. We just love it. It gives us the gray that matches the house, some rust color, some black, and it's a really great looking shingle. But what you'll notice too, each of these shingles have a dark shadow line underneath the shingle. That's another thing that sets them apart, and it makes the shingle look very thick and a big contrast from the ground. So the Duration Designer Color Collection, you guys are going to love this. Go out and check it out. We're really happy that we've chosen this for our project. Well, it's been a long day, but we got the roof done, and I got to tell you, we couldn't be happier with the way it came out. This roof is absolutely beautiful, and it feels so good to know that it's going to last for years and years to come against anything Mother Nature might throw our way. And it's all thanks to the great roofing products that Owens Corning provided for us to get this job done right. If you guys want to learn more about Owens Corning and all the products they make available for residential and commercial applications, check out their website at owenscorning.com.